Okay, I'm going to walk you through this periodized strength cycle builder tool. So once you get to this screen right here, you're just going to click Let's Begin. So from here, you're going to have to answer some prompts so it could customize this for you. As you can see here, we're going to be going through these 6 steps. And it says, before we begin, do you want a brief summary of the concepts behind this periodized strength training? We'll just say no, we'll just get right into it. So get right into it. Type that into the chat. And then we're going to go through the athlete profile. So this is going to be you. So before we design anything, need clarity on the athlete. Answer the following: training experience. So we're going to answer these, and I'm just going to, again, these are just for demo purposes. I just want to walk you through this whole thing. So we're going to put number 1, training experience. We'll say intermediate. And then number 2, primary goal. We'll just say longevity. Number 3, any limitations or injuries. We'll just say none for now. Okay, number 4, how many training days per week? I'll just put 4. We'll go 4 there. Equipment access. For number 5, we'll say full commercial gym. And if you don't have a full commercial gym, you could just type in, home gym or dumbbells or whatever you need to do. And then number 6, any deadlines or events. We'll just say 12-week challenge. Okay. Once it has that, we're going to go on to step 3. So we'll hit enter right here in the chat. Now it's going to take this profile and take you through, once again, basically reiterate what you put in so we can move forward with the right context. So right here, coaching interpretation, it tells you what it took in from you. So we're going to say yes to this. It says, or asks, does this athlete profile and goal statement look correct? We'll just say yes, and then move on to the next step. So each time it's training on your answers. So it's going to give you dynamic information here. So next step, macrocycle, meso, and microcycle structure. Few preferences. So it's going to design a 12-week cycle for us. It's going to ask for a few structural preferences. So you can see here, you mentioned 12 weeks, number of phases for 12 weeks, 3 or 2 or 4. It's going to ask which we prefer. So number 1, let's say 12-week macro cycle. Okay. Question number 2, number of phases. Let's go 3 phases at 4 weeks each. So just type in 3 phases. Then we go to question number 3. Which do you prefer for the 4 days? Let's do a upper lower. Upper lower split. Again, you could do push, pull, lower, upper, all these different types, but again, we're just going through a demo purpose for now. So I could walk you through this whole thing. Number 4, intensity progression style. Okay, so let's just say moderate, steady progression. Once it has all that, now it's going to design this for us. Okay, and we can see here the 12-week macrocycle structure, longevity-focused strength, the different phases here, 3 phases, 4 weeks each, built around this right here. Again, using the inputs that we gave it. Here's a breakdown for the mesocycle. Phase 1, 1 to 4 weeks. We got phase 2 here, Weeks 5 to 8, as you can see, purpose, increase absolute strength, lower reps, slightly heavier loads, and so forth. So it's going to give you all the detail. And then phase 3, strength consolidation. Intensity is going to be moderate high, volume moderate to low, rep 3 to 6, the deload. Then you can see here the microcycle structure. It will give you day 1 what to do, day 2, day 3, day 4. Just gives you the overall structure on your 4 workout days. Then you can see the progression model across the 12 weeks. Right here, double progression, reps, and load increases. Structural logic for a 45-year-old plus athlete. And then here, are you satisfied with this structural timeline? If you want to make any adjustments, you just literally talk to it. But for now, we'll say yes to move on. Okay, now we go to step 4 here. Training phases and progression strategy. We're going to answer these right here so it can lock in the details. So number 1, which strength qualities should we prioritize? So with this one, we want just, we'll say hypertrophy, or we'll say structural balance. Structural balance. Again, you could choose whatever one that works out best for you once you go through this. Next, it's going to ask a preferred progression style. Let's go linear. Then after that, load prescription preference. I like to do a combination of percent 1 rep max and also, perceived exertion. So we'll do combo. Volume progression speed. We'll just say moderate. And then now we're good to go. Those look good. I answered all those. Now we'll click enter in this chat. Now it knows you are building strength for longevity, not chasing numbers, not building, but building structural, good structure, good foundation. So step 4, we're going to define training phases and progression strategy. So it's going to bring it all down here, give you the idea, progression model overview. Again, going over the different phases with the goals. As you can see here, it's very detailed. Okay. Phase 2, scroll through, and then phase 3, again, has the goals, lifting structure, and so forth. We're going to go linear load progression across the 12 weeks. You can see here. And you can see here also, it also has this, if 2 weeks consecutive of stalling out, it's going to advise you to reduce the load by 5% and then go from there, which is common. Let's see here, fatigue guardrails, again, for 45 plus, no training to failure for this particular one, since I did say longevity is also a goal. Now it's going to be all set here. We'll go on to the next phase. It says, it asks here, do these phases and progression rules match what you want? We'll say yes. But again, when you do this on your own, you could go into detail, talk to it, and it'll still stay on track on creating this for you. So we're going to continue on. Weekly training templates. Now here, it's going to build the actual weekly plan. Exercise specificity. Do you want movement categories or specific exercises listed? So for this, let's go specific exercises. We won't be vague. Number 2, session length. We'll say 60 minutes. Number 3, any preferred or required exercises. We'll say no preference. But if you have one, again, you could always add that in. Warm-up style. For warm up, let's do structured mobility, which I highly recommend. Uh, getting into these workouts, you want mobility to be a foundation of all training. 5 asks conditioning. We'll just say light zone 2. Once I've answered that, it's going to finalize this program. So we're going to hit enter. Now we have the fully built program designed to fit within 60 minutes. As you can see here, it's going to go with the basic weekly structure. It shows you that. Then we get into the actual phases for weeks 1 through 4. This is the structural foundation in hypertrophy base. Again, day 1 shows the exact exercises and percentages, as you can see here. So that's day 1. Day 2 is going to be lower. Again, shows a warm up and then the main work once again. Day 3, we go back to upper. It shows the main work. Day 4, back to lower. Then we go to phase 2, progressive strength development. And you can see here, right through here, we'll say the changes, the main core lifts. We're going to change the rep ranges slightly, and then the load increases 72 to 82% of 1 rep max. And then moving on, you'll see phase 3, the 9 to 12 strength consolidation here. Again, changes the main lifts. We're going to change the rep range and slight and percent of 1 RM, 1 rep max. Shows examples. And then we have right here monthly evolution summary. Month 1, higher volume, build capacity. Month 2, heavier loads, moderate volume. Month 3, lower volume, stronger output, clean reps. No grinding, no failure, no joint irritation accumulation. Breakdown, 60-minute sessions, mobility, main lifting, accessory, and so forth. So this right here, we're now going to basically tidy this all up. We're going to say yes, that everything looks good. And now we're going to go to the basically feedback and adjustment protocols. So we click yes. So moving on here, monitoring, feedback, and adjustment protocols. Again, if you had like a personal coach, they would still do this, but we have it built into the tool. So, of course, when I coached athletes, when I had my gyms and so forth, when I coached athletes, we would always have some accountability and feedback so I can make, straight up adjustments for them. This is the same thing, and it just basically gives you like a checklist of what you may need to adjust based on how you feel and tracking everything, because you want the data to track things. You don't want to just go to the gym and just kind of shoot from the hip. You want all this nice and systematized so you can track and get the best gains. So you can see here all these things to consider, monitoring and so forth. And then now, next it says we're going to do the final consolidation of everything. So we're just going to say move on. Now it's going to basically bring everything in together and tidy it up for you. So here, oops, we're going to continue on. So again, this is basically going to have everything for you here. This is the whole plan, not a rigid template, but it gives you the whole plan. Again, shows if this monitoring system is appropriate. Yes, move on to the final step. Actually, now we're going to move on to the final step. This previous one just reiterated all the monitoring and adjustment protocols. So now going here, everything looks good. Let's move on to the final step to consolidate everything. Say move on. Now this gives you the complete ready to run program. Complete 12-week periodized strength cycle framework right through here. As you can see, athlete profile, macro cycle overview, the microcycle structure, detailed training template, upper lower, progression model, deload, monitoring and adjustments, strength assessment, and then what you can look for the next 12 weeks. Okay. So that is all here in a complete tool for you that I built. And actually, a lot of coaches that I've shown this to are actually using it with their clients. So if you're a coach, you could use this for your clients. But if you want, of course, you can use it for yourself and just have some foundation and structure to go with. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.